All right. Man, what a pain in the butt. All right. I'm not sure what's going on with this. Um, it seemed like it started working right when I generated a new stream key. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I'm still learning about all this stuff. I'm drinking a Coke espresso with some cream in it, and it is delicious. Simply delicious, ladies and gentlemen, delicious. So yeah, I'm trying out this new thing. So let me know what you guys think. Um, I will just do the blasty blast right now. Yes. Okay, here we go. So let's see how this looks. How are you guys doing? Thanks for waiting once again. I don't know what's going on. Part of the thing is I think my girlfriend's saying I should probably just clean my computer off. There's like tons of stuff on this laptop. I don't know if that has a lot to do with it, but probably there's like tons of folders and stuff on my on the thing here. So try to pick out some nice slides for you guys. I'm still learning how to use the OBS. This is one of the features is slideshow. I think it's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. There's some Canadians on here. There's some stuff from Sin City 2 that I did. Hey Mike, hey Rust, hey Mark, and then hey Slick is on a bus in Germany somehow watching this, and I don't know how he's doing that, but somehow he's watching it on a bus in Germany. So it's amazing. We can technologies, and then then Mark said he made an intro that I'm going to check out, and then I'm going to figure out if I can. Figure out how to use the intro, which I think I can because I've been looking into OBS, and they do have a one that is you can add where is it? It's add a media source, I think it is, or no, add a scene, and so you can create these different scenes, and then I think you you run the scene and something, and then it's all supposed to work out somehow. So a lot of guys I see on here have a cool like intro and everything to their show. I'm creeping up on doing all that cool stuff. Hopefully soon enough. And I guess Mark is going to help me. I just don't. I mean, I think the last time I used an editor. I don't know, I edited this Down and Dirties video that we did, and that was probably like 2003, and I did that on a iMac with whatever I edited it on iMovie, which was a pain in the butt. Yeah, so that's the last time I did any of that stuff. And then when I did, I did the most recent video I did, I guess, is the Bisto Blanco. It's called Death Rattle. And that was edited by my friend Eric Rosenblatt in LA. So since iMovie, I haven't learned how to do anything additionally. I have a basic understanding of that stuff, but yeah, I leave it up to people who are way better at that stuff than I am, which is usually the smartest thing to do. So this is Rat Talk 31. Try to keep up, with cool stuff to try to talk about. So I shared this link on a bunch of different places on Facebook, and so I should mention those places. And that has to do mostly with all these punk rock stories on how my knees are so blown out, and just basically playing a lot of crazy shows and cutting myself with glass and all this stuff I used to do. And I remember it was Mark from Zeke. I was in somewhere we were touring. It was, I think, our first show to play with Zeke, where I was using my arm to smash this glass with, and I saw a scar. You can kind of see it right here. I think you can see that pretty good. There's like a, you know, it's a white spot in there in that tattoo, and this weird Red Hot Chili Peppers looking ridiculous crow thing I got. And then remember Mark from Zeke, like, whoop, like grabbed my arm because I was already like in smash mode, and he stopped me from, I guess, really messing myself up. And I don't know why, but then I just stopped because I was like, oh, okay, this guy's in another band. Probably, I don't know, he's maybe just thinks I'm being a dummy and probably should stop. And he probably saved me a lot of pain and misery, perhaps later on. So on tour, I think I've broken my foot, I've broken my hand, I've cut my stomach, I've cut my head. I remember we were playing a spunk show in San Francisco, and I was jumping off a drum riser, and at the same time the bass player was like coming up with his bass, and I bent one of his tuning keys like with my head. So that was fun, and all that scarring happens. I don't know if you can see these scars in the light very well, but all the scars seem to happen like right in the middle of my forehead. So the first time I smashed my head open, I think I was riding my bike when I was like 8 or something. I was on the driveway, like going like this with the handlebars, and there was like a bunch of wet leaves on the driveway, so the handlebars just spun like that, and I flipped over the handlebars, and I smashed my head open. That's the first time, and I got three stitches then. And then my brother also smashed my head with this weird floaty toy we had in the bathtub. We were taking a bath, and he got mad, and he picked up this weird floating carousel thing and was like, smash! And but that was on top of those stitches, so that didn't actually, I don't think it broke my head open again. And then when I was 13, I got hit by a car. I was on my bicycle, and I was trying to go see my friend Greg, and I was, all the traffic, going this way on the other side of the street was stopped. So, I was riding my bike. I didn't stop at the stop sign, which you're supposed to if you're on a bicycle. And I looked that way really quick. I didn't see any cars, coming like this. And apparently right where that bush was where the car was, like hiding behind the bush. And so I remember thinking, oh shit, like I saw like a small white car and it was going to hit me. And I thought, oh shit. And then I woke up on the pavement. And so that was in the summer, and that was in Texas. So the pavement was hot. So I remember the first thing that I remember feeling was, I knew my mouth was all messed up. You just had that fat lip feeling. There's no way around it. So that was going on. So I had the fat lip. Hey, Yvonne. She can probably hear me from the other room talking about all these. This is going to be the injury video, I guess. I've had some pretty good ones, but mostly the getting hit by a car was probably like the main one. So my dad had bought me this discount John Deere bicycle, same guys that make the tractor, and I had this bike, and when I got hit, where my leg was, the bike just like bent almost in half, like kind of around my leg. And I fractured that leg, so I fractured my left leg. And then apparently I slid up on the hood and smashed into the windshield, and then that guy stopped. Also, when I was hit, the bike tire went and like flew way up in the air. And the reason I know that is when I was in the hospital, a lady came and brought me a cake, and she had her kids with her 2 kids. And she had done all the research to figure out where I was. And she wanted to show, I guess, her kids that I wasn't dead. because they were behind the car that hit me, so they saw the smashing, they saw the tire fly in the air, and then he stopped, and then I flew. It was either 30 or 50 feet in the air down the street. Um, let's just go with 30 because I don't really remember much of the information. Flew down the street, basically landed on my face, and then kind of flopped around. And then I was on the pavement, and luckily there was a guy that worked for the city of Spring Valley that worked with my mom, and he happened to be his name was Wahoo. He was digging a ditch, in a big tractor. So he had heard everything and saw it, and so he called the ambulance and the police and my mom like right away. But so what happened was I flew down the street. I landed on my face. I've got like a chunk taken out of my wrist. Well, you can't see because I have whiskers. I had a chunk taken out of my chin that just, I don't know where it went. There's a chunk taken out of my head up here. I don't know if you can see that really well. I think it's over here. I had to have plastic surgery. My head got all fucked up. They took a chunk out of my head, and they took skin from behind my ear, and they plugged this hole. No, your life doesn't flash before your eyes. I just thought, oh shit, and then I just woke up on the pavement. I was like all hot. So the pavement was all hot. I knew that my face was all, something happened. I knew because I had that feeling like someone had punched you in the face. So I knew I had a fat lip, and I guess I was in shock. And then I kind of looked to one side, and I could see there was blood like running from the street down off into the ditch. So that was like a blood, I don't know, maybe 4 feet or something. And then that's when I realized I was like pretty messed up, and I was trying to sit up, and I think Wahoo or somebody was there with my hand, their hand on my chest. What's up, Banana? I know. So my daughter's showing me her Colonial Marines and Xenomorph figures. And she's very cute. I might have to get her on here sometime. So then that guy was trying to hold me down, and then I remember I had like on this crazy, I don't know, I had on some stupid shorts, and I remember this tan OP Ocean Pacific shirt that I probably got like the week before. I think my mom took us shopping, and I remember the ambulance people came, and I started like arguing with them about cutting my clothes off because I had new clothes on, and I don't know if they said, I think that they said something about dying, but they wouldn't have said that. It doesn't sound like something the ambulance guys are going to tell you. But they said something that then kind of freaked me out, and then I started crying because then I was like, oh man, I could die. Because I could see all the blood and stuff, and I knew my face was messed up. So the damage on that one was fractured left leg, fractured wrist, fractured nose, fractured nose, 75 stitches in my head, and then that plastic surgery that they did. They patched that big hole. And this kid's hilarious. And then this thing they didn't patch, and that was a thing that was just like kind of leaking. I was only in the hospital, I think, for like 3 days. I had like my hair was totally caked and flattened with dried blood. And I remember, I think it was the day after or so, I got my dad to show me a mirror. I asked if I could see a mirror, and I was just like, whoa. Oh yeah, they did plastic surgery on my lip because half my lip got ripped off, and all these teeth here, got smashed. I don't know if you can hear her. She's mad. She dropped her Colonial Marine through the gate over here, the baby gate. So she, I don't know what I was saying now. Oh yeah, plastic surgery on my lip. All these teeth got smashed out. Well, they didn't get smashed out. So I had braces at the time, and they got smashed like up into my face. And so when I had my surgery, they just had to dig all the teeth like out of my gums and stuff. They just took out all the, pulled out all these teeth, and then, forever I had like a crappy, what's it called, like a little, a temporary denture kind of a thing. And then eventually I got a bridge, and then that bridge lasted up until like 2 years ago, and then I just had that replaced. Which is why these teeth are a little bit wider than the rest of my teeth. Because they gave me that stuff to do the teeth whitening. I just, I guess I don't care that much about teeth whitening. So that was all those injuries, I think, from that. And then another time I fell on my bike and stabbed myself in the chest, like the plastic handle grip thing came off, and then I fell over and it stabbed me in the chest. But that was just 3 stitches. It didn't like go through my sternum or anything. It just, cut the skin on my sternum. And so there's that one. And then somehow during all this time, like when I grew up, I had just like really bad knees. Like, what does this have to do with fashion? I don't know. These are just stories, but it has, I did like go through all this crap and then still ended up jumping around in these bands for a long time, and that got me into fashion. So anyway, part of the title here is the story of my effed up knees. So that's the story that you're going to get. Hopefully this is entertaining. If it's not entertaining, like and share this video anyway, and at least you can enjoy the slideshow. And we'll talk about these slides here in a second. But then I was playing pee-wee football and soccer all through the time I was growing up, and my mom would always have to rub my knees at night because they hurt like shit. Eventually I got into skateboarding and punk rock, pit stuff, slam dancing, playing drums, singing, jumping around. And then I just tore all the ligaments out of my knees. One time I was skateboarding, and I was doing like a little like kick flip thing, and I was coming off the side of like a planter, like a concrete plant thing, and then tore all that shit out. And then the other one I did slam dancing. We were playing at this place across from Numbers in Houston. And then I tore all those out. So then eventually, like the guy who operated on the Oilers at the time, the football team in Houston, reconstructed my legs. I had 2 operations on the left and then 1 operation on the right. And then the left side has like bone-on-bone arthritis, supposedly. But the right side is the side that always hurts really bad. Like that hip and that knee on that side is the stuff that hurts the most. But I still play in bands. I'll still jump around, and I still like do weird stuff. And I still get after that I still toured for a bunch, and then got arrested at the Westheimer Arts Festival while cutting myself with black. With a broken bottle and talking some mess on the cops. They didn't like that. There's no reason to arrest me, but they had to, because I think I was just talking too much crap at like an outdoor festival for them to let it, just let it slide. And they were trying to say that I was drunk, and I don't drink, and so all that happened, and that's. My knees have just continued to like kind of get worse, and that's pretty much the story on my knees. There's a video in the YouTube that you can check out about. It's on here. It's on the Die Fast page. You can see Jay Schneider made this crazy documentary about the early Houston bands, and you can see that band Spunk in action. And we used to do all of our own pyro. And we used like PVC pipe and rocket igniters and black powder, and sometimes like sparkle powder, like that we got from Frankel's, like a magician's supply place or whatever. So we were doing all that. Then that great white stuff happened, and then now you have to do it all legit. I mean, we blew a hole in the stage at one club. We set part of a club on fire, and Austin was in the Down and Dirties. I got burnt and got burnt up pretty good right before a tour and had to go to the hospital. But we didn't even think about that shit back then, really. It was just good, it was just fun. Like, I wanted to have a show that was like Kiss, so we would just blow shit up all the time. And I guess out of all the shows we did, I mean, I was injured once. And I don't think anyone else in the band was ever hurt. And that's a lot of shows with a lot of really questionable pyro and stuff we were doing. Really, really lucky no one got messed up, especially at Blue Iguana, because it blew up some PVC. So I think the shrapnel was flying everywhere. No one got hurt. They got kind of mad at us, and then we just had to go back and then put the stage back together. It was just like it was a whole, like, I don't know, maybe that big or so. So we had to go patch that up, and so that was that. And I guess everything was cool. So pretty much my same band philosophy still goes. Is like, jump around and try and blow stuff up. The blow stuff up part is a little more expensive to do now because you have to have someone come down from the fire department. But still trying to put on a big show is important, and a lot of people don't want to drag a bunch of crap around, and it is what it is. So I'm just gonna keep trying to do that stuff, and yeah, I don't know what else is going on with that stuff. I think that covers why the knees are fucked up. They're still pretty messed up. And sometimes it's bad, during the winter. But we'll see. It's kind of unpredictable. But anyway, so what I try to do for you guys today also is talk about some of these wackadoo slides you're seeing here. Right there, well, that's Chris. So I'll just talk about each one. That's Chris. He plays in Beasto. I directed one of their videos. Chuck Garrett plays in that. There's the girl from Sin City. Rosario Dawson made that trench for her. That's Christian. I think this guy's from Norway. He wears junker stuff and sends me cool pictures. There's Chris again. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, it's on random, which is why it's not going to go in order. That's the guy Ricky Paquette, I think his name is. He's Canadian. He wears a bunch of stuff. He plays guitar all over the place. That's my favorite picture of Vander Von Odd that we shot with John, Glitter Pimp. That's Chris again. Maybe that's all there is. Maybe that is all there is. So what's going on? So I think I told you guys yesterday, the sneakers are done. I paid for all the samples and the shipping, so the sneakers are on the way. It's the high top sneaker, and then it's like the combat sneaker, the really high, I don't know, I think it's 14 holes, 16 holes or something like that. So that's on the way. The boots are on the way, and I showed you guys the sample yesterday. And we're making a couple changes on those. Then the boots are going to be done. There's the sale that's going to be on Saturday. So that's going to be cool. And then I'm going to draw Saturday night. Yeah, you guys have any questions? I think Mike was saying the mild winters. Yeah, it's good. And then we're thinking about doing more stuff in Sweden, so that's not going to be a mild winter at all. And I don't know what the knees are going to feel like over there. But, it's a luxury problem. That's the trencher jacket. That thing's a ton of work. and I think now I don't know if it's on sale, but that sale is going on, so you guys can get 50% off. You should know the password. I mean the code from yesterday. If you don't remember it, I don't. If you don't remember it, it's this. And there's a whole section on the website that's for the sale. You go there, and then you'll get 50% off when you buy one of those items. Please do it. Please go buy some stuff. I appreciate the support. I'm always looking to sell more stuff and expand. We're working on the expansion to to Europe. Via Sweden, so you guys don't have to pay for anything, as far as like all the extra taxes and all the shipping and all that other nonsense. And so we're working on that. Working on doing that drawing Saturday to finish up the contest. Still on that contest, I guess I just need to promo it more. I don't know why it takes so long to sell 2,000 raffle tickets for a jacket. The section is it's just called Friday 13. You'll see it. It's kind of like it's a category. It'll say like men's, women's, jackets, hoodies, trench coats. Friday 13. There's like it's just, its own section. If I knew how to use this better, I think I could even pull this stuff up. Let me see if I can figure this out. And we can talk about what's going on with that, with the site. I'm going to see if I can figure this out. We need to. That's a media source. Okay, hold on. I'm going to see if I can figure it out for you guys. That's Banana. Banana's going crazy over here. So it's not media source. I think it's display capture. I think it's called. We're going to see how that goes. Display capture. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty crazy. Display capture is going to show whatever I got on my desktop, which you guys don't want to see. I'm going to have to just try to figure this out another time. So we'll just take it off there. Anyway, hopefully Mike or Mark actually will come and give me some lessons on doing that. But anyway, yeah, you can do a capture of whatever's on your work area on your desktop here. But I don't know how to turn all this other crap off, and I don't want to turn something off and then try and not be able to ever find it again. So you can see that Vince Neil stuff too. Like that's the first that Vince Neil slide of him wearing that red vest is the first stuff I ever did for Vince Neil. And that was a huge deal because that's also like the first time I saw stuff on the Jumbotron or whatever. Like we saw him in Anaheim, and I was just like blown away. Actually see your work on a Jumbotron on like a rock star kind of dude that I'd been following since high school and all that. So yeah, that was pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. So we covered we got the sneakers covered. We got the boots are covered. The sale is this Saturday. So tomorrow, not only are you already getting that sale that we're doing right now, which is just the 50% off if you go to the website. And there's a link even on the YouTube page. You'll see it. You can just shop, and you'll go straight to the store, and you can shop there. Then there's a regular weird sale I'm gonna try again tomorrow. Which I did last time was through Instagram, which is probably gonna be the easiest way to do it. I'm not real sure about how to do it through YouTube because I can't until I have a certain number of subscribers. I think I can't do the YouTube through. I can't do a live feed through my phone yet. It doesn't let me do it. I don't know why. So what I can do is I'll do it through Instagram, and that's tomorrow. And I'll put an ad up about that tonight. And then we can all try and do the sale tomorrow. And then there's the drawing for Exploder. Then that'll be done. And then I just got to keep pushing on the selling the raffle tickets for Hugo. Get up to 2,000, and then I'm gonna pick the winner. The runner-up gets the original artwork I'm gonna do of Exploder, and then that'll be done, and then we'll move on to the Akira is the next one, and I think that should be like super cool. We'll just keep doing that stuff so people can win stuff. That's the whole idea, is get more stuff to you guys. For cheaper, I guess you're only buying like there's Robert poking up over there. He's wearing an officer's jacket. I think those are on sale too. Those are online, I believe. Is to get you guys more cool stuff for not a lot of money. So that's why everyone who's entering the raffle gets, you get stuff anyway. And so I think that covers like most of that. You're gonna hear a grumpy person in the other room. So the other stuff I want to talk about is we did the punk stuff. Oh yeah, well I've only been arrested one time, and that was for inciting a riot. That was the stuff that happened at the West Summer Arts Festival, and that was complete BS. And then they just dropped it. And then there's a video floating around somewhere that just disappeared. It was this guy that was playing guitar in the band. We gave it to his dad because his dad was a lawyer, and it was gonna, I think, prove that I wasn't drinking. It was shot by a guy named Jerry. It just disappeared. I don't know where it is. If I could ever find that, that's like the holy grail of video content that I still want to get. The other one that's really hilarious. There's a bar. Man, what was it called? Pink Pussycat, maybe. Anyway, we played at a nude bar. They were having punk bands play at this nude bar, and so we played a crazy show there. And Jeff was playing bass, and he made some like weird kind of pretend arrangement of bass pedals that included like chop suey and some other stuff all taped together, so it looked like he had a series of crazy pedals. Then there was a girl that was stripping, and she was doing questionable stuff with a weird mannequin hand that came from somewhere that I'm not sure why or how it got there. And then she was covered eventually in chop suey and spinach, canned spinach, like trying to give her Popeye strength on her lady area. I don't know I don't know what's going on. But I have that. So that was super crazy. And there's that video. I don't know if you guys want to see it, but I could put it out, but you're gonna have to pay for it. It's gonna be pretty crazy. And it's also giving me an error reading right now. I don't know why. It says YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. So I'm just gonna try to go through this. You guys are just gonna have to let me know if it looks like shit or not, because I don't really know what it means. It's not receiving enough video to maintain. I don't know why I would do that or not do that. But so we're doing that, putting a lot of this crazy spunk stuff, I guess, on the DVDs. That will come out. And music, just get a couple more Die Fast songs. Those will come out soon. One with Calico Cooper is singing. We're doing like 3 different versions of this song called "Like to F You." You know what? No, I didn't get an Ethernet cable. I should go do that today when I leave here. Can you guys hear this nut job over here? It's just playing like hide and go seek in the kitchen or something. So the nut is in full effect if you can hear her. So Ethernet cable, let me write that down. Ethernet cable. So hopefully that would help. Then I'd have to do, I'd have to stream like from the bedroom. That'd be kind of weird. But yeah, right now I'm on the other side of the house. Now it's saying it's an excellent connection. So I don't know, people. Now it's saying error. I don't know. But anyway, I'm kind of like all over the place today. I think I'm just gonna like cut it short. Unless you guys have some questions, then it might start like a whole other stream of consciousness, crazy discussion about stuff. But I do want you guys to go check out that sale. And then there's the other sale tomorrow. That's the $20 t-shirts, $20 hoodies, $20 leather jackets, vintage leather jackets. So I need an Ethernet adapter. Let me write that down. That's like an Ethernet adapter that's going to go from Ethernet to USB, I guess. I'm guessing. And we can try that. It would definitely, man, whatever's been going on is no fun. Adapt PT adapter. These Coke espresso shots are pretty awesome. All right, so I'm on that for Mark. We're going to try and get this thing running a little bit better and see what happens. I'm using a laptop, and I'm using a laptop that probably has way too much crap on it. I kind of do that same stuff with my iPhone and with my laptop. There's just tons and tons of crap on it. And then I wonder why it freezes up and does all kinds of weird stuff. And then, I have some external hard drives. So I'm going to move a bunch of the stuff off the desktop and onto the externals, hopefully later on. And then we'll see if that's going to help. Hopefully most of this stuff. I hope it's going to make a difference. So the other things that are coming up that is kind of interesting is, I'm not going to tell you any secrets, of course, about it, but so Bisto Blanco, that's Chuck Garrick's band, is going back out to do like a rock and roll cruise or heavy metal cruise or something like that. So we're working on some new stuff for Chuck. Chuck is the only guy in the band I really do stuff for on a regular basis. I mean, sometimes I make stuff for Jan, who's the bass player, and that's it's kind of here or there. But I may do something for him. But right now, definitely, I'm doing some stuff for Chuck. I'm in talks to do some pretty crazy design work for big time rock and roll singer for his. I guess he's going to try to put out a line. We're going to, try and do a line. I'm still waiting for a call from one of the world's biggest rock and roll guitar players. Supposedly wanted a bunch of stuff, and so I'm waiting on that. But this is how this stuff goes. Like, you may or may not hear from them ever, or it may take a while. But we'll see. I'm a little. I just came off doing the film. I was working on that for I guess a few months, and then I was just in Sweden for a week, and then now I'm back here. So I'm a little playing a little bit of catch up on the mail and some other projects, and I got to get my butt outside to the work studio and trying to keep up on my internets, doing these daily whatever they are, and it's I appreciate you guys showing up. I'm just trying to build like the channel, so keep sharing these videos. If you're not sharing the video, then please share it. Give it a share. It's probably not the best one. I don't even know. Oh, there's Vona. Hey, what's up, dude? But yeah, so that stuff is all going on. Film work, I don't know, man. I mean, so in Texas they shoot Fear of the Walking Dead, and they shoot, any Robert Rodriguez movie they're doing, and there's a few other things. So Fear of the Walking Dead possibly could be something I could work on. I don't know. I worked on last season, like, I was in and out. It's called, you're a day player. I wasn't on the part of, I wasn't on the crew like all the time. They would just call me when they were in a jam. So I just learned how to do zombie aging and zombie blood and learning about new materials and all this stuff. And that's why I love working on films, because you're always doing like there's always something to learn. And then I can put all that stuff to use on all the junker stuff, like how to make stuff look like all greasy and stained, but it's never going to wash out, and it's like using a lot of different dyes and paint products, and just another another layer of like effects that I can use, and so that may happen. So that would be the film work. The other thing we kind of talked about yesterday is like I have a bunch of these. Here's some patches. So I think this guy Ryan gave me this one. It's a nun with pizza. So you know how important that is. Nun with pizza. I think this is might be the Texas Oklahoma military patch. I'm a little unsure. I got this Die Fast patch. One of Texas' greatest rock bands with the least amount of members. Texas. So, I hoard all these patches. I've got like millions of patches everywhere, and so I'm forcing myself to go ahead and I need to use these patches. So I'm making a challenge. I want to make these gross punk rock jackets that I used to make. So when I first started out, I just started getting jeans and tearing them apart, and the jeans I would just turn into a jacket. If you go to the -Celsius Backyard Babies video, kind of hard to see, but the drummer's wearing one of those like early jackets, and Nikki the singer is wearing this crazy vest I made out of motocross pants. And so I used to do a lot more of that kind of stuff. And some people were commenting yesterday about that they like the punk stuff like a lot more, the really old gnarly punk stuff more. And I was thinking, cool, that's weird, because I was just in Sweden cutting up jeans and stuff to make these old style jackets again. I really liked doing that stuff, and it was just a lot of fun. It was they didn't have zippers or any of that stuff. I'm gonna put zippers in them this time, but I mean they were super low tech. I didn't really know how to put zippers and stuff when I did that. So it was just like it was it was a little on the wackadoo side, but I was really lucky. Like people still wanted to get the stuff I made. I'm trying to find this picture so I can show you guys this old jacket that I had that I really loved. That was kind of a mutated. I think it was a German Army moleskin jacket. Maybe it was like short sleeve shirt. Oh, man, I can't remember. You just have to look at this picture and see if you can figure out what you think it is. I don't know how to actually do a screenshot if I'm on. I'm gonna have to jump over to open Yahoo. Also, Safari, so I can do a screenshot. So I would get these old Army bits. Me and my friend Darren Mayo would go to the Army surplus and buy these jackets, and so we made out all of our early punk rock jackets was German Army stuff. The moleskin, I think, was probably really. It must have been really cheap if we were getting it. So that's where we would spend our time, like drawing on the backs of them, doing like the big skull and crossbones, and then we had like our cool patches and stuff. And to me, just like everything seemed like it was a lot harder to get back then. So I think we're at the mall, like searching and searching. Sometimes you'd find something pretty good. Most of the time, not so much. Okay, so I'm trying to get this stuff up for you guys to take a look at. So this is gonna be the this is gonna be one of the really early jackets. I don't know what I think this was in 1990 or something. This picture was taken. Darren Mayo would know because he knows everything as far as like all the weird dates and all that stuff. I think we were in Spokane, maybe. I think. Like I said, he'll know. So you can ask Darren Mayo over on on the on the face plant website, and he'll tell you when this was taken. So this is going to be a screenshot. It's going to be 2019. Everything is taking forever on this computer. I apologize. Okay, I got it. I got it. So we'll do. You're gonna just get the big, a big version of this thing smashed on top of the old, on the old thingama things. With the thing. All right. So here we go. All right. So this guy here, this guy. So that's German. That's a German Army moleskin. I believe short sleeved. I think it's considered a shirt. I don't know. I think it's called like a tunic. But anyway, you can see where I sewed on the jeans. The legs of the jeans are coming out from underneath the short sleeves of the German Army jacket. There's like duct tape everywhere. I'm not sure what was going on with that. You can see all the little, spray painted stripes, and on the other sleeve is the flame job with some studs and stuff. You can see there's barely a Texas patch there. There's a Kiss patch. Always had like Kiss belt buckles and Kiss patches on all my stuff, and people would always give me shit because I was playing in these punk bands. Like somehow I wasn't supposed to like Kiss. One of the greatest guitar players of all time, Ace Frehley. Like I'm not supposed to like Ace Frehley or something. That's why I don't ever really call myself like, I don't like identifiers, like I'm a punk musician or whatever nonsense. I don't know. I don't know. They call it punk music. I don't know. I think it's just nasty, fast rock and roll stuff. So another military patch there you can see. And God only knows what else I'm wearing. There's like a Texas flag patch you can kind of see underneath that vest. Put on some clothes. What are you doing? See if you can hear her. She's making like fart sounds. Can you guys hear that? She's very funny. There's the ever-present stop means go sign on the crotch hole area. I guess I'm wearing a hoodie. It looks like there's some necklaces there. Pretty sure that necklace is a tiny kiss necklace that I used to always wear back then. This leather vest came from Leather by Boots. There's a whole talk about Leather by Boots on one of these rat talks that I think's worth. I think it's really worth a listen. It's a lot of the stuff about growing up in Texas and Houston is kind of explained by this whole Leather by Boots thing. And so that's that jacket. So basically what I'm doing, long story, somewhat shorter, is making this kind of stuff again, like this feel. It's super cracked out. Like I had no idea what I was doing. And I don't know, I think it just has like a cool kind of energy to it. I guess I'm not even, it's like realism versus abstract, if we're talking about artwork, and I would say that this is pretty abstract. You want to talk about it doesn't follow any rules that you should probably follow for sewing stuff that's supposed to be good. I mean, I can't even tell what's going on with that sleeve. I think there's a big zipper there. So I'm just guessing. So one sleeve is going to have a big zipper on it. One sleeve's not going to have a big zipper on it. I'm going to see what army stuff I have laying around in my garage. And then we're just going to go for it. So it's going to be this kind of stuff. And then if you go look at the Backyard Babies -Celsius video shot by Dean Carr on the roof in downtown Los Angeles, you can see another jacket that I did on the drummer. There, and that's kind of the thing. I think that's going to happen. It's also, I have enough of these crazy camo backpacks to make some, I think, pretty cool vests. Would be the next stuff kind of coming up. All that takes time. I'm just going to try and knock that stuff out. So you guys hopefully will have an interest in getting some of that stuff. In other news, there's a Daniel Shaw piece of art on hoodies that's not even in the shop yet. I have a pile of these hoodies that haven't been put up yet. Those will be up, so that'll be something new. And yeah, I think that might be it as far as like all the news I could think of currently. So as always, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like this video, and then make sure to leave a bunch of comments, like when it comes in whenever they turn it into a normal video. Like I don't know all the technical terms. Just give me a break. When they turn it into something that you can write nasty comments on, then leave comments and share as much as you can. I'm still plugging away, trying to get some interviews with some bigger YouTube people so I can grow this channel. It is growing pretty slowly. I think it's up to like 177 or something, which is nothing to laugh at. I appreciate it, and everything helps. We got to get up to 1,000 though. As soon as we hit 1,000 is when I'm going to start doing the tutorials. We'll go through all this stuff. I'll show you how to make the jackets. We'll talk about making vests. We'll talk about aging and dyeing. We'll talk about screen printing, and we'll just kind of go down the whole deal. Everything. Yeah, and then John needs new snapbacks and a new hoodie. So yeah, so all that stuff should be coming. It's when you work on a film, especially like I went from Alita to Junker, then to We Could Be Heroes, then back to Junker, and you're trying to do like a lot of the work in between. It's like films can take like a toll on you, because if you work 12-hour days and then I spend an hour driving to work, an hour driving home, and then you try to eat, and then you try to do some other stuff. It just makes everything take a lot longer. So I appreciate everyone who's ordered stuff and is waiting patiently still on stuff. The custom stuff takes forever. If I have to print more stuff, that usually takes forever. Although I'm starting to get more help on that. And yeah, just keep on watching. I'll keep on being here. Don't forget tomorrow at noon is a big sale, and then I'm going to draw for a while. And yeah, all kinds of cool stuff. I appreciate you coming by. See you guys later.